Hi, my name is Andy Boyle, and welcome to The Primer. This is a video how-to series on the Forensic Technology product line and some tips and tricks on how I think you can best use them to get the most efficient use out of them.
Okay, so picking up where we left off from the last episode, we see all of our results here from all the possible correlation combinations of each of the items that were within that workspace. And what I want to show you now is a tool that is called clustering. Let's move this up a little bit. And I'm going to press this button to calculate the clusters. And what's going to happen is that the system is going to apply an algorithm to all the correlation results here, and it's going to group where it sees families of the same bullet. So if we cluster these together, we now have a group of, the first cluster group here sees all of these as related. So within that group 1, let me just highlight the last guy of those 3 ones in a row. So all 3 of these guys are in cluster group 1, and that includes testfire 1 to testfire 2, unknown 2 to testfire 2, and unknown 2 to testfire 1. So that makes sense, and those all 3 are related as far as the system is concerned. There's a second cluster family here, which is unknown 1 to unknown 3. It sees that as related as well. And so let's go ahead, well, let's take a look at that one first. He is just above that separation line here with an FMR value in best Lee at 4.65, 4.90 in the best phase graph here. So let's take a look at him by double-clicking that results section. And we can zoom in once the image goes live. Here we go. And so here, within this group, it saw that these guys were of matching quality there to give it a FMR value above that separation line. But there is not as strong a comparison here as there has been with some of the other examples that we've seen. And let's take a look at a bigger surface here of each land impression here. So while there's some agreement in a small section in the middle here, it doesn't go very far along the body of both surfaces. And even when you look for some features that happen in other areas, they happen on one but not on the other. And that means that while there's agreement to be seen, which we are honing in on, but at the same time, they are not comparing as strong as some of the other ones have. There it is right there. Once you get those shoulders lined up more or less, that should bring it up to light. So that's why this one has some agreement to work with, but it's not scoring as strong as some of the other comparisons. This one was just getting good when all of a sudden some contact, probably with the water tank here, has ruined what could have been a pretty strong comparison. So let's get out of this one, and let's take a look at this group here. And if I right-click anywhere in the group of cluster 1 here, I can show that cluster in the comparison viewer. And that's going to bring up all 3 of those to be compared simultaneously here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. And despite how it's lined it up, I think I want to bring down over here. Let's go with where the yellow text is. And now let's zoom in again a little bit more. Now we can do a comparison now across 3 bullets simultaneously here. And so the machine saw that these were similar enough to be grouped together, and visually I can see that and confirm that I like what it did. I see what it saw, and so that's a good thing there. Again, you got the real-time side light to see how the fine stuff all comes together. And what we can also do at this stage is create a snapshot. And with that snapshot, I'm going to call this one cluster 1, or cluster group 1, let's say. I'm going to save this, and that's now saved as a screenshot within that workspace. And if I go back, let's go ahead and close this guy now. Go back to the quantitative analysis. When I go to close the quantitative analysis window, it'll give me the option here to take a screenshot as well. And so now I have those results ready to come back to anytime I want to. They are now saved with this workspace. They're there for the next however long. They're not going anywhere. And I also have this cluster group saved too. And I can actually go back. If I double click on this, it will take me right back to that set. And that's not just a saved image. I can continue. I have live control now. From that saved start point, I can continue my comparison work throughout the circumference of this phase set. So let's stop here for today, and tomorrow, in the next episode, I'm going to show you how you can have all of this grouped together cleanly for a report at the very end. I hope to see you then.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for future content, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.